我今有就能想咱爸妈给是东波了，验证这个我这里慢慢长的些，我等关注忙不过了姐姐姐上到这就先接了这。我这爸妈说的红，我妈红把这个爸妈说的红，我妈红把这个爸妈，我妈红把这个爸妈说的红，我妈红把这个爸妈，我妈红把这个。是的，我妈红把这个爸妈是的，我妈红把这个爸妈，我妈红把这个爸妈是的，我接了大江说了大病毒，到说讲的那边啥说，那当我帮他做些话，就当在心别人咋的说了，中等的我们家伙了。想在路刚个路主这年正着年的南大老师，今年东个真人是些年纪的个老王子，刚到这边做了马路，另外的介绍人着做个老我就到这样了，这样的，这的接着你们年老的介绍着种在，马路没事，另外的那个今年种着大这。多年到家十几的时候，有能力做解决的我，知道这女坚持道路，门是人家忽然样懒得的，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴扎，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴扎那的，我马拉巴。我马拉巴扎那的，最等接近接了我这儿的道路的门巴拉是，我当就上了到白，路主我别那瓦接的说了，娘接前波做的你没想，上的马路前波俺家。把个人当俺战斗什么都东巴的街将拉上在路。各位师兄大家晚上好。
Good evening, everyone.
我们今天开始讲这个修行七要的课。
We are going to begin now with tonight's teaching on the 7-point mind training.
这个修行七要的课里面呢，我们昨天已经讲了一部分。
As for our 3-day teaching on the 7-point mind training, yesterday evening we already covered part of this.
然后今天呢，我们就紧接着昨天的内容，继续讲这个修行七要的其他的内容。
And this evening we will continue teaching on the 7-point mind training, continuing on from what we were speaking about yesterday evening.
然后我们这个修行七要它的主要的内容它的最核心的内容呢就是菩提心。
The fundamental contents or the main contents or subject of the 7-point mind training teaching is bodhicitta.
然后这个菩提心如果我们有了菩提心，如果有一天我们真正有了这个菩提心，这样子的话，那我们确实这个在这个学佛的这个道路上确实是一个非常大的成功。
If one day we are really and truly able to cultivate bodhicitta, then on the path of Buddhist practice, we really will have made a significant achievement.
那么发菩提心首先我们要学慈悲心，因为慈悲心就是菩提心的基础。
In order to cultivate bodhicitta, it's important that we first cultivate compassion, the reason being that this is the foundation of bodhicitta.
那么我们今天呢就讲一讲这个慈悲心的修法和这个慈悲心的重要性。
So tonight what we are going to be teaching on is the cultivation practice of bodhicitta, as well as the importance of cultivating bodhicitta.
然后这个慈悲心的这个基础我们刚才讲菩提心的基础就是慈悲心然后呢 那慈悲心的基础又是什么呢？慈悲心的基础就是我们就爱所有的众生，这个就是它的基础。
So in terms of bodhicitta, as we've just said, its foundation is compassion. What then is the foundation of compassion? Well, the foundation of compassion is a love for all living beings.
然后这个爱所有的众生，这个意思就是说，我们对天下所有的众生就像我们现在对自己的父母、儿女和这个亲人、朋友一样的这个对待那这叫做在佛教里面这叫做大爱。
So in loving all beings, what we mean here is regarding and treating all living beings as we would our own fathers, mothers, children, and friends. And in Buddhist language, this is referred to as great compassion.
我们这个要求离我们的这个现在的这个状况实际的情况确实有一个很大的差距，所以呢，就让我们要求我们把这个所有的人当作像自己的父母一样这个确实是很难，不是很容易的。
At present, this capacity to love all living beings like we would our own family members and friends is something that is rather difficult from us. And so where we are currently in our practice seems quite a large distance from this state.
虽然是很难，但是呢，如果我们真的愿意接受这个修法或者是这个训练的方式去训练的话，那我们不管什么样的人一定会有收获，绝对会有收获和进步。
Even though it is difficult, so long as we are willing to actually cultivate the practice of compassion, then every single person who engages in this practice is bound to see some results, will certainly see progress.
我们的现实生活当中的一个很多的这个痛苦，大多数的这个痛苦来自于什么呢？就是来自于这个自私。
In terms of our everyday lives, the vast majority of our suffering comes from selfishness or self-centeredness.
然后这个自私它的来源叫做我执佛教里面叫做我执。那我执是什么意思呢？就是对自己的执着，对自我的执着。比如说我们每一个人生下来的时候就有这种执着这个是先天的，这个不是我们后天学来的。生下来的时候我们每一个人都有一个同样的这个观念我们全世界的人就有一个同样的观念，这个是对自己的这种在乎对自己的爱，那这叫做在佛教里面这叫做爱我执佛教里面就讲两个我执，一个叫做我执，第二个叫做爱我执。那这两个的区别是什么呢？第一个我们在现实生活当中呢，我们做任何事情都离不开一个我一个我字。比如说我要去赚钱，我要去工作，我要去怎么样这个叫做这个我执。然后爱我执呢，我们每一个人都特别的爱自己，特别的在乎自己。我们虽然是爱这个父母儿女等等，但是呢我们更多的就爱自己，这叫做爱我执。
So this self-centeredness, the cause of this is self-clinging. And by self-clinging, we mean an attachment to the self or attachment to ego. This is something that is innate to us as human beings. We are born with it. It's not something that we learn later in life. And so everyone in the world is same in this respect. That is, everyone has a concept of self. And on the basis of this self, on the basis of this sense of self, cherishes very much their self and cares very much about their self. And so in Buddhism, we speak of two types of clinging related to the self. The first, self or ego clinging, and the second, self-cherishing. So the first refers to this sense of I, or self, which is present throughout all of our thoughts and everyday activities. And the second is the care or great concern or love that we have for this self. That is, while we care about others, our family members, etc., we care more about ourselves.
那么这个我们现实生活当中的，比如说我们感觉到幸福、快乐，还有感觉到痛苦等等，所有的这些都是有因有缘，都有一个自然的规律。但是呢，很多的自然规律其实我们是不了解的。
In terms of our everyday life, our experiences of happiness, our experiences of suffering, they all follow a natural process, or they have a natural order. They follow a natural sequence of cause and effect. However, many people are not aware of what this natural sequence in fact is.
然后呢，尤其是我们根本就不了解我们的这个精神世界物质世界呢，因为就是科学家就这么几百年的这个研究确实是有非常大的突破了解的很多，但是现在也不是完全了解这个物质世界。那精神世界呢更加的模糊，很多很多的问题我们根本就不知道它为什么是这样子包括自己的这个心自己的意识我们不了解因为平时我们第一个呢，我们平时没有太多的去关注它的这个自然的规律。第二个，我们即使是我们关注了学习了，也不一定能够学得很清楚，因为除了佛教里面讲的比较多以外呢，比如说我们在学校里面呢，虽然有这个心理学，但是呢，心理学对目前的这个心理学呢，对我们的精神世界的了解也不是很深，所以呢，即使我们关注了，我们也不一定能够看得清楚我们自己的内心世界。所以我们很多时候这个因为不了解这个我们自己的精神世界的自然的规律，所以我们不想有痛苦不想有痛苦，谁都不愿意有痛苦，但是呢很多时候因为我们自己的想法和我们自己的这个行为就给我们自己创造了很多很多的痛苦。那这个就是因为我们不了解他们相互之间的这个关系规律造成的。
So this lack of knowledge that we have about the natural process or the natural law that underpins how suffering and happiness works in our life is in addition to a very big deficit of knowledge we have about the nature of our own minds. So while science and discoveries in science have enabled us to have a reasonably complete or a good understanding of the material world, although one that is not yet complete, our understanding of our minds, of our own consciousnesses, is something that is quite vague, it's unclear, it's not complete. We don't understand the natural state of our mind, we don't understand the nature of our mind, and even if part of a large reason for this is that we don't tend to pay attention to this question. What is the nature of our mind? This isn't a question we often tend to pay much attention to. Even for some people who do pay attention to this question, if they are primarily doing so under the rubric of psychology, for example, psychology as yet doesn't have a sufficiently deep understanding of the mind. So it isn't necessarily the case that simply questioning the nature of mind through these disciplines will yield a satisfactory answer. So we are therefore left with a situation where no one wants suffering, and yet our thoughts and our actions produce suffering. And the reason for this is that we don't understand what the cause and effect relationship, what the natural law is that underpins the relations between our thoughts, actions, and the suffering they produce.
所以我们要了解一下这个我们自己的这个内心世界的变化的这个规律，就是我们精神世界的这个变化规律要掌握这样子以后呢，我们比较比较有能力控制自己的这个情绪，在现实生活当中呢，就不会有太多的这些精神上的这个痛苦比较容易解决。还有一个呢，我们就了解了我们自己的内心的世界以后，我们就知道怎么样去训练怎么样把我们的这个内心当中的好的一面、正面的这些东西呢就把它做一个训练就把它培养。比如说我们把我们内心当中每一个人都有慈悲心，但是如果我们不培养我们的慈悲心的话，那它永远都是停留在一个很小很小的范围当中，永远都不会有什么进步。如果我们懂得这个我们知道它是可以培养的，然后同时也就知道这个培养或者是训练的这个方式稍微训练一下的话，那我们的慈悲心一定会增长的。
So it is important that we grasp the nature of our inner minds and the laws that govern the way it works, the laws that govern its changes. And by doing so, we will be able to develop the ability to better control our thoughts, our emotional states, and this will enable us to reduce our mental and psychological suffering. At the same time, too, having a better and deeper understanding of our minds and engaging in the training of our minds will enable us to further cultivate the positive aspects of our minds that already do exist. So compassion is one example. Compassion is something that every human possesses. However, if we don't proactively cultivate it, then our compassion will only remain at a relatively small level. However, if we first recognize that we are in possession of compassion, that we do have compassion, and then secondly understand that it's possible to cultivate it further, then our compassion will certainly be able to be increased.
然后大乘佛教它的要求确实是很高但是呢我们不一定完全可以达到这个大乘佛教的要求但是如果我们就是接受这个它的观念然后呢就是去学一下训练的方法然后通常稍微做一点训练这样子的话我们的这个自私的这些自私的心就可以慢慢的可以降低，然后呢这个利他的心慢慢的这个增长这个我们每一个人完全可以做得到。
The level of practice that is required by the Mahayana teachings is in fact very high, the level of commitment, the level of practice, and this might not be something that we are able to reach, however, in our own practice. However, if we are in general able to accept the basic ideas and teachings of the Mahayana path and engage in some amount of training, then it is certain that our self-centered minds or our self-centeredness can be reduced and that our altruism can be increased. And this is something that every single person is potentially able to do.
然后这个慈悲心啊，慈悲心除了我们大乘佛教的这个修心啊、解脱以外啊，慈悲心对我们现代社会的价值现代生活的价值，美国确实做了很多很多的研究做了很多人的对很多人的这个研究各种各样的方法都做了研究那么这些研究的这个结论也已经出来了所以这个慈悲心对我们的这个现代的社会，还有对这个现代生活，对现代人的这个心理健康方面，确实是有非常非常大的价值所以呢他们也在这个很多地方在推广，比如说医生就是医疗系统医疗系统、教育系统，尤其是医疗系统，医生还有这个护士这个当中在推广这个慈悲心。然后呢他们所推广的这个慈悲心呢就是我们大乘佛教的这个自他相还的这个自他相还的这个慈悲心就是西方就最流行的最流行的就是这个禅修，也就是我们佛教这样的这个机制然后呢还有非常非常流行的，也就是慈悲心慈悲心。所以慈悲心它对除了我们的解脱利益众生大乘佛教的菩提心的这个作用以外对我们的现实生活和社会的价值和作用也确实非常非常大。所以呢我们应该学这个慈悲心，确实是非常有必要。
The cultivation of compassion is something that has benefits aside from its direct benefit to our practice oriented towards liberation. Compassion, the cultivation of compassion also has great value in our everyday lives, and there has recently been a great deal of research in the US has been done into compassion and the cultivation of compassion through meditation practice. The conclusions, research results have been established, and it has been found that compassion is something that has, the cultivation of compassion has benefits to society, it has benefits for the mental health of members of society, and is generally of very great value. And so for this reason, the cultivation of compassion or compassion meditation is being increasingly introduced into education systems, and particularly in the medical system too. So nurses in particular are being trained in compassionate care and compassion cultivation. And of the various compassion practices that exist in the Buddhist tradition, the most popular is the practice of exchanging self and other, or Donglen, from the Mahayana teachings. So in the West, of the meditation methods that are very popular, the first would be shamatha meditation, and then the second would be compassion meditation. So we can see that aside from its direct relevance and benefit towards our practice oriented towards liberation, compassion and its cultivation has a great value in everyday life and has great social value. So there is a great need that we do cultivate compassion.
那么这个慈悲心的对现世的这个价值佛教里面讲了很多，尤其是大乘佛教讲了非常非常的多除了这个以外我们普通的人呢，在过去一般就是不是很清楚这个慈悲心的真正的价值。当然我们很多人觉得慈悲心好不好，大家都觉得很好，但是呢很多人不知道具体的怎么样好，慈悲心对自己有什么帮助，对别人有什么帮助，然后呢慈悲心对我们的这些各行各业的这个工作生活有什么样的这个关系，很多具体的东西呢 国曲啊，一般的人都不知道的啊。那么这样子，这个近几年当中呢，西方的科学家就介入参与这个慈悲心的这个价值的这个研究啊，这样子以后呢，现在啊，全世界的人都知道这个慈悲心的价值啊。那么在西方呢，尤其是啊，非常的这个流行呢，比我们东方啊还流行。比如说东方的话，那我们就除了这个学佛的或者是其他的宗教也会有这个慈悲心的修法。那么他们以外呢，我们一般的人，比如说医生啊、护士呀，这些里面呢几乎没有听到在推广啊。但是呢，西方已经在做这个事情了。那么他为什么这么做呢？他不是因为是信仰啊，他不是因为是宗教信仰，就是他发现了这个慈悲心的实际的价值，所以他们现在开始在这个社会当中推广啊。那么这样子的话，我们佛教徒呢，尤其是大乘佛教徒，应该更加的重视这个慈悲心尤其是这个菩提心的修法。
So the practical and everyday value of compassion is something that has been long talked about and acknowledged in Buddhism. However, it's not something that ordinary people have been so clear about. That is, most people would have agreed and would agree that compassion and its cultivation is very good. However, they wouldn't know how to specifically articulate or they wouldn't know how compassion was specifically good for themselves and for others. They wouldn't know how compassion benefited specifically different professions and different occupations. However, since Western science in recent years began researching compassion meditation and its benefits, now everyone around the world knows about these research results, and as a result, the cultivation of compassion meditation practice is more important in Western countries than it is in Asian countries. In Asia, with the exception of some religious peoples who may have compassion cultivation traditions themselves, most doctors, for example, haven't heard about it. In the West, however, this is not the case. Compassion meditation and its benefits are increasingly widely known. But this isn't because of its religious associations, but because of its practical value. And it's because of this practical value that compassion cultivation and compassion practice is being introduced into various sectors of society. So ourselves as practitioners of the Mahayana path should pay even more importance to the cultivation of compassion and specifically the cultivation of bodhicitta.
然后有了这个慈悲心的时候呢，我们有意无意当中都可以帮助到很多人，可以利益很多人。因为这个慈悲心的这个内在的这个力量它确实是一个非常不可思议的力量。所以呢，这个力量释放出来了以后呢周边的人周围的人绝对会感觉得到的我们有慈悲心的人和没有慈悲心的人对人的这种感觉是完全是不一样的。这个感觉不是用语言来表达而是通过他们的眼神通过他们的这个言行举止，我们感觉得到这个慈悲心的温暖比如说在一个医院在一个护士或者是在某一个人他真正有这个发自内心的慈悲心的话，那么接住这个医生的这个病人，接住这个护士的病人，或者是他的同事、他的同学、他的家人都在无意当中就是真正的感觉到他的这种他给在他身上释放出来的这种慈悲心的力量和温暖每一个人能感觉得到的所以我们 要想帮助人的话，首先我们要从心开始，从内心当中开始，首先要培养慈悲心。有了慈悲心以后呢，然后再去做利他的事情否则的话，我们的所谓的这个利他全都是一个口号而已，实际上就是一个空的实际上就是没有实际的意义所以呢，我们做任何事情就是要从心开始，这样子这样子就这个事情做得更好，然后这个事情呢给别人带来的这个帮助也是实际上就是可以带来很大的帮助。所以我们第一步大乘佛教也是这样子，他没有教我们一开始的时候去做太多的利他的这个事情一开始的时候呢，我首先我要自我成长首先我要关注我自己的成长，我要有慈悲心然后我有了慈悲心以后呢，然后我再去做利益众生的事情那我自己都没有慈悲心，我做什么利益众生呢所以这个大乘佛教也是首先让我们去修慈悲心。
So once we are able to cultivate compassion, then whether it be through our intentional acts or our non-intentional acts, we will be able to benefit others irrespective. And the reason for this is that compassion, once cultivated, is a power that emanates from within. And once it is ignited, this power, those around us will feel the effect. They will feel the power of this compassion. There is a very different feeling being around the presence of someone who has truly cultivated compassion than being around someone who is not. And this is not something that we necessarily can gauge or know through their language, but we can know it by looking in their eyes, and we can also understand it through their speech and through their action as well. An example would be a doctor or a nurse who has cultivated strong compassion. Then anyone who would come in contact with them, whether it be a patient or a family member or a colleague, would experience the emanation of their compassion, the warmth and the power of compassion. So, in fact, if we do want to help others, if we determine that this is something that we want to do, we need to start with cultivating our own minds through cultivating compassion. If we simply start to engage in action to benefit others without having first cultivated compassion, then this really will be just a case of empty words and little substance. So it's very important that we do begin with our mind and training our mind, cultivating our mind to begin with. As a result, the action, the positive action that we engage in will have better results, and our capacity to help others will be enhanced much more. So in the Mahayana teachings, that's why we first talk about the need to attend to one's own self-development. And after one has cultivated compassion, then we go out and benefit others. The reason being that without compassion, that our action to benefit others is constrained in its ability to really help others. So cultivating compassion and working first on our minds is very important.
这个我们昨天给大家讲过一个叫做阿底峡尊者的一个故事那么阿底峡尊者呢有一次他的手生病然后呢阿底峡尊者有一位非常好的弟子叫做荣东巴然后呢阿底峡尊者呢有一次就让他的弟子就给他弟子说我手有点不舒服你给我吹一口气然后呢荣东巴他说因为阿底峡尊者呢是他的上师然后他就是弟子那他说我给你吹一口气肯定是没有什么作用了然后呢阿底峡尊者说有帮助的。为什么有帮助呢？因为你有菩提心因为你有菩提心所以这个菩提心的力量就你给我吹一口气一定会有帮助的那就是这个 慈悲心啊，确实是这样子。比如说，没有慈悲心的人啊，同样的去做一件事情，有慈悲心和没有慈悲心的人，同样的去做一件事情啊。那么这同样一个事情，那对人对别人带来的这种温暖啊，对别人带来的这种帮助的这个程度是完全是不一样的。
So yesterday I told everyone a story about the Venerable Atisha. There is another story that I'd like to tell you. There was once a moment when Atisha's hand hurt, and he had a very sore hand, and he said to his close disciple Dromdomba, he said, "Can you blow on my hand?" And Dromdomba said to him, being his teacher's student, of course, "What would me blowing on your hand have? How would me blowing on your hand have any benefit?" And Atisha answered, "Well, of course it would have benefit. Having cultivated bodhicitta, and with the power of bodhicitta, blowing on my hand, of course, would have effect." And compassion indeed really is like this. There is a difference between people who have cultivated strong compassion and those who have not. A person with strong compassion and one without, engaging in the same conduct or the same action, produce very different degrees of warmth and health and help and benefit in the action for in terms of what they can do to benefit others.
然后慈悲心不仅仅是能够利他，而且有了慈悲心，让自己也就非常的幸福快乐那么这一点我们可能很多人没有想到，我们觉得慈悲心就是同情别人、关心别人、关怀别人，它可以做利他，但是我们很多时候没有注意到，它同时也特别让我们自己很幸福这个可能是没有注意到。但是呢，慈悲心有了慈悲心以后呢，我们这个时候我们真正的才知道什么叫做幸福。
So through cultivating compassion, it's not only possible that we are thereby able to benefit others, but we are also, through cultivating compassion, able to make our own selves extremely happy. So many people think that compassion is about sympathizing or having empathy for others, caring about others, and so they understand this aspect of compassion. However, they might not be aware that the cultivation of compassion at the same time is a way to generate a strong sense of happiness for oneself.
在汉语里面快乐和幸福这两个是什么意思这两个的区别是什么？我们认为就是通过感官的刺激所获得的这个感受快乐的感受叫做快乐还不叫幸福然后呢，通过内在的这个内心的满足，然后所获得的这个感受也叫做快乐，也叫做幸福。那为什么这么讲呢？因为感官的刺激有些时候通过感官的刺激也可以给我们带来快乐但是呢，感官的刺激就不一定让我们特别的满足，特别的满意，所以这个可以叫快乐，但是呢还不叫幸福。那么真正的幸福呢，我们对人生对这个生活特别的满意对自己的工作呀，对自己的这个生命的价值生存的意义特别满意的时候呢，那么这个满意给我们带来的这种感受也叫做这个快乐，也叫做幸福但是感官的这个刺激所得到的这种感觉还不叫幸福所以我们这个当中呢，我们就发现有一个问题那么我们真正的这个幸福的时候是什么时候呢？我们每一个人都就回顾一下自己的人生 快乐的时候是什么时候？幸福的时候是什么时候？我们的这个人生当中有多少的快乐，有多少的幸福啊？快乐和幸福都不是很多，但是有。那么这两个当中呢，快乐就是稍微多，幸福就是有点少啊。那么虽然是少，但是也有幸福。那这个幸福我们可以去想一想，它来自于什么呢？来自于就是我们刚才讲的对自己的人生的这个满意。那么我们在什么样的情况下对我们自己的人生，对我们自己的生命满意呢？然后这个比如说我们稍微赚到一点钱或者有一点点这个在自己的事业上就稍微有一点点成功那这个当然有些时候让我们感觉到满足，但是这个满足就不是长远的，更不是永久的短暂的这个过去了以后呢，然后我们有更多的不满足，所以它不能给我们带来实质上的这种满足，那所以呢，它也不能给我们带来实质上的幸福。
In Chinese, there are two words that convey the idea of happiness. The first word reflects an idea of happiness that comes from sensory gratification of our senses. And the second word for happiness reflects a sense of happiness that is an inner satisfaction, a more deeper inner kind of satisfaction. So these two types of happiness, sensory gratification and inner satisfaction, are reflected in these two different words. Certainly, sensory gratification does not necessarily lead to inner and more lasting satisfaction. The things that bring about an inner sense of satisfaction and fulfillment tend to be when we are satisfied with our life, with our work, with everything that is happening, with the meaning of our existence, etc. When we feel really satisfied about these things, it produces a strong sense of happiness. Sensory gratification, on the other hand, is something that is more short-term. It's not able to produce this longer sense of this inner, deeper sense of fulfillment. We are able to reflect on when it has been in our lives that we've been most happy, when it was, why it was, and how much happiness we had. It's perhaps the case that we haven't had much happiness in our life, but we've certainly had some happiness related to sensory gratification. This has probably been the majority of our happiness, but we've also had some happiness of a more inner satisfaction kind of type as well. So we need to ask, where does our sense of satisfaction in life tend to come from? Is it when we make a bit of money, or when we have some kind of success in our careers? Or whilst these things may make us feel satisfied, or at least in the short term, this feeling of satisfaction doesn't endure over the long term. It's not eternal in nature. It's passing, and when it passes, we are left with a feeling of being unsatisfied.
这样子这个慈悲心它可以利他，也可以利己佛教里面讲自利利他自利利他这两个慈悲心都能做得到，而且做得最好。所以我们如果真的想这一生当中，如果我们想过一个既幸福又有意义的人生这样子的话，那最好的选择就是作为一个有慈悲心的人。
So compassion is something that enables us to benefit both self and other. In Buddhism, we talk about the benefit of self and other. And the most effective way for doing this, benefiting self and other, is to cultivate compassion. If in this life we wish to have an existence that is both happy and meaningful, then the best choice or the best means to achieve this is through cultivating compassion.
那我们就比如说修一栋楼那首先也有一个设计图然后就是这个就根据这个图来施工那我们的人生也是一样我们也应该有一个人生的一个就未来的这个人生的一个计划那我们应该过一个什么样的人生那当然这个生活的方式等等等等肯定是有很多很多不一样，但是呢总的来说我们应该是大家的想法都是基本上都是一样第一个我们要考虑的就是我要很幸福我要很幸福这是我们的这个首要的问题了。其次的话可能很多人会考虑我要帮助人因为人总是有智慧善良，他的心底是善良的，只不过我们受了各种各样的文化教育环境的背景环境的这个影响，这样子以后呢有些时候我们的这个善良的心不是那么的这个明显但是呢每一个人都有，所以呢有可能把自己的问题解决了以后呢，我想可能多数的人呢会说然后我想我自己很幸福，然后呢我也想我能够帮助更多的人，我能够让更多的人幸福。我想可能大多数的人就会说这两句话。如果真的是这样子的话，那最好的方法是什么呢？当然我们比如说我们可以去赚钱，然后去帮助人。那当然它的前提也是有慈悲心才有这样子的想法呀。如果我有慈悲心的话，我才会考虑我要去赚钱，然后赚到的钱拿去帮助人。没有慈悲心哪能想得到这样子所以这个计划那么我们的这个人生的计划当中这个我并不是说我们的计划全部都是只是修慈悲心这个可能不可能，每个人都有生活有工作还有很多其他的，但是有一个核心的东西是不能缺乏的核心的东西呢就是我们就应该有一个这样子的这个计划我要做一个有慈悲心的人我要做一个懂得这个爱别人的一个这样子的人，我要作为一个懂得爱所有的生命，不仅仅是人，爱所有的生命如果我们的人生的计划当中有这个计划，那我们可以做到自己也能够幸福然后呢也可以让别人也幸福。
So if we build a building, we need to first start off with a blueprint or a plan and commence the construction of the building according to the plan. So similarly, in terms of our future lives, it's also necessary that we have a plan as to what kind of life it is that we want to lead ahead of us. Naturally, people will have their own different and diverse lifestyles. However, there are commonalities that we can all have in terms of our future life aspirations. Most people, the first thing that we will think about is happiness, that in our future lives we want to be happy. The second thing is that in addition to this, that we wish to help others. Everyone is essentially kind and good in their basic nature. Of course, some humans, due to the influence of their surrounding environment and culture and context, etc., their basic goodness may not be obvious. However, it does exist. This is the case. So after essentially solving our own issues, achieving our own happiness, the majority of us will also make a choice in this future lifetime to work towards making other people happy as well. Some people will decide that the way they wish to do this is by making a lot of money and using this as a means to help others. And of course, this is a compassionate decision. Without compassion as a motivation, no one would decide to undertake this kind of action. However, it's necessary that we have this plan for our lives. And of course, it's probably not possible that compassion and its cultivation is the only thing or would be the only thing in our lives. Of course, most of us have our work and our everyday lives and other things to attend to as well. However, the core thing the thing at the heart of our life plan should be the need to or the wish to cultivate our ability to love others, and as well as, in addition to loving others, loving all beings. And if we're able to do these things, then we will certainly be able to achieve happiness, not just for ourselves, but also for others.
好，慈悲心的这个价值我们讲的就差不多了。接下来呢，我们给大家介绍这个慈悲心的一个具体的训练的方法。
So we've covered pretty well the value and the benefits of compassion, and I'd like to now go on to introduce a method of cultivating bodhicitta through meditation practice.
首先，我们要了解一下什么叫做慈悲心，慈是什么，悲是什么。
The first thing we need to do is understand properly what it is that we mean by compassion. Compassion is made up of, well, the word compassion, it has two components, loving kindness and compassion.
好，首先第一个悲和慈是什么？首先，比如说我们在这个路上在路边比如说冬天很冷的时候，我们看到一个流浪汉或者是一个流浪狗、流浪猫或者是我们在这个其他的地方看到一些，比如说我们在医院里面呢看到了这个病人等等。那这样子的时候呢这个有两种人两个不同的反应。那么有一部分的人呢这个反应是什么呢就是看到一个流浪汉我们的反应就是这里有一个流浪汉没有房子住等等。然后呢就看到一个流浪猫、流浪狗，或者是一个比较就受痛苦的人，那我们也就知道这里有一只流浪狗、流浪猫就是这种反应没有更多的，没有其他的反应那这是没有，这个就是没有慈悲心的一个反应平时我们在这个媒体我们通过媒体每天都看到很多全世界发生的很多的这些悲惨的事情一会儿地震、海啸空难等等经常都看得到但是呢我们的感觉呢，因为看多了以后呢我们今天又死了多少人，明天又死了多少人意外有没有什么感觉呢？没有，很多人是没有什么感觉的那这种就是这个就是没有慈悲心的表现。虽然每一个人的心底有这么一点点慈悲心的种子，但是呢因为这个慈悲心的种子没有去培养，所以现在在现实生活当中呢不能起到什么作用就是没有什么就看到了，没有什么反应这个是比较可怕的一个现象。
So in terms of loving kindness and compassion, we might start off with the example of a homeless person, or a stray cat, or a stray dog in the middle of winter, or a sick person. Two different types of people encountering these different kinds of suffering beings would have entirely different responses. So the first type of person, in encountering someone with no home or suffering in some way, homeless person or a stray dog or a stray cat would register that, oh, here is a person with no home, or here is a stray dog or cat, but they wouldn't have any response really much more than this. So they would have no great response of compassion to the circumstances of suffering that they encountered. Every day on the news we hear stories of terrorist incidents, of earthquakes, of tsunamis, but because we hear these stories so often, aside from registering that a disaster has happened and that so many people have died, we don't really have a much stronger response than this in many cases. No further feeling in addition to simply registering what's happened. Despite the fact that all of us, in fact, do have the seeds of compassion in our mind. However, since we have not engaged in cultivating them, they have little effect. And this lack of compassion is a rather frightening phenomenon indeed.
然后第二种人的反应是什么呢？他不仅仅是看到一个就看到了一个这样子的受痛苦的人或者是动物的时候呢，每当看到这样子的时候然后呢，他第一个反应就是关心和关爱。那关心和关爱，比如说慈和悲这两个都是关心和关爱。那么悲是什么样子呢？比如说他看到一个病人的时候呢，他就发自内心的希望他远离这个病苦发自内心的希望比如说看到一个病人的时候呢，那他就立即看到病人的时候立即就有一个念头会冒出来。那这个念头是什么呢？就是悲那悲是什么样子？就是发自内心的诚心实意的希望这个人远离病苦或者是在街上看到了这样子的狗猫流浪汉那样子的时候呢就发自内心的希望他远离寒冷饥渴这样子的痛苦。每当看到这个人的时候呢，第一个反应就是这个悲心就不是其他的反应，第一个反应就是悲心那我们现在不是现在我们第一个反应就是说有一只流浪狗，有一只流浪猫，多数都是这种反应然后呢我们很多时候都想不出来这个慈悲心如果这个时候我们稍微有一点点训练的话，那也许过了几分钟，就过了一会儿，也许我们想到这个要修慈悲心那这个时候呢，我们故意的造作的然后就是被动的去想一下希望他远离痛苦，但是这个是被动的，不是主动的那有慈悲心的时候呢，就是主动的第一个反应呢不是其他的，就是这个慈悲心就是悲这个发自内心的希望远离痛苦，这个叫做悲心。
The second type of person, however, upon seeing these same suffering humans and animals, their first response would be one of care and concern. So care and concern, these responses accord with both loving kindness and compassion. So in terms of compassion, the compassion component of the notion of great compassion, an example would be upon seeing or apprehending someone who is very sick, to wish from the depths of one's heart that this person be free from sickness. And this would be the immediate and first thought that would spring to mind on seeing someone who was sick and suffering. So this hope that someone or any being be free from their suffering is what we refer to as compassion. And in respect of stray animals, this may be the wish that they be free from the suffering of cold or free from the suffering of hunger. So this immediate and first response wishing that others be free from suffering is compassion, but this is not how we react to situations at the moment. We tend at the moment to simply observe that other beings are in the situation they are. We register this, but we don't generate a strong response of compassion. After we have perhaps been working on cultivating our compassion for some time, then it is possible upon seeing other beings in situations of suffering that we might, after a few moments or a few minutes, compel ourselves to generate thoughts of compassion towards them. But this is not an automatic response. It's a rather contrived response. So compassion, this first thought of wishing the other be free from their suffering, is what we refer to as compassion.
那我们这个北这个叫做北，然后呢慈悲的慈是什么样子呢？当我们看到一个这样子的这个痛苦的人和动物的时候呢，然后我们就是诚心实意的希望他拥有幸福。比如说一个病人的话，诚心实意的希望他拥有健康幸福，然后呢，诚心实意的这个希望比如说流浪汉或者是其他的这个狗猫其他动物，我们诚心实意的希望它拥有幸福这种心态这种念头叫做慈。那慈和悲通常在佛教里面，大乘佛教里面是这样子分愿力同故的这种想法，这种心愿叫做悲拥有幸福的这种心愿叫做慈。
So loving kindness is when we encounter a person or an animal who is suffering, we sincerely wish that this being in question achieve happiness, obtain happiness. And in the case of a sick person, this might be the happiness of good health. In terms of stray animals and homeless people, the wish that they enjoy happiness, that they obtain happiness, is what we refer to as the wish or as loving kindness. So in the Mahayana teachings, we often make this distinction between compassion on the one hand and loving kindness on the other. So compassion is the sincere wish that others be free from suffering, and loving kindness is the sincere wish that they enjoy every happiness.
好，这个就是慈和悲慈悲。然后呢，我们那这个慈和悲，有些人就先天就比较有这个慈悲心有些人呢就先天就是这个慈悲心很差但是呢，不管他的表面上是什么样子内心深处每一个人包括动物都有的这个慈悲心的这个种子每一个人每一条生命都有这个种子。
So in terms of loving kindness and compassion, there are some people who are just naturally stronger in their compassion and others who are weaker. However, regardless of how things seem on the surface, every single person in the depths of their minds, deep in their minds, possesses the seed of compassion. And this is something that is possessed not just by humans, but also by animals and other beings as well.
好，那我们每一个人都有这样子的这个种子，有这个慈悲心的种子。那因为有这样子的种子，所以我们可以培养比如说我们有这个粮食的种子，那这样子的话，我们可以去种地同样的如果没有种子那么其他的所有的条件都具备了，没办法种地同样的，如果我们的人心当中没有这样子的慈悲心的种子的话， 那我们再努力再怎么样都是徒劳，都是没有用的。但是我们每一个人都有这样子的慈悲心的这个种子有慈悲心的种子。比如说我们一些大家都认为很凶残的这些猛兽那他们对他们的这个儿女我们看得出来是有慈悲心的，是有爱的从这一点看所有的人，所有的动物，它都有爱心，都有慈悲心，只不过他们的这个慈悲心的程度稍微有点点不一样而已。所以每一个人都有所以呢，我们可以培养，只要我们能够找到一个比较合适的方法的话，那都可以这个培养的因为我们每一个人都有慈悲心的种子。
So everybody has in themselves the seed of compassion, and because we possess this seed, therefore it is possible for us to cultivate it further. It's similar to having grain or having grain seeds. It's only through having these seeds that we're actually able to sow crops. Even if we possessed all the other conditions necessary for yielding crops, without the seed to begin with, it wouldn't be possible for us to have any harvest whatsoever. And the same can be said of compassion. Without this basic seed of compassion in our own minds, then regardless how hard we might try to cultivate it, our efforts wouldn't come to anything. Everyone has this seed, and humans, animals alike, even the most barbaric animals in nature, they are also able to show love and compassion to their own children. So whilst the extent or the scope of compassion varies between different beings, everyone alike is in possession of the basic seed, and therefore it is possible for us to cultivate it. However, in order to do this, it's necessary that we have at our disposal a proper and fitting method for the cultivation of compassion.
好，那这样子这个训练的这个方法我们给大家介绍2个不同的方法。一个是我们打坐静下来打坐去修的一个这样子的这样子的方法。另外一个呢，我们在现实生活当中随时随地都可以用的一个训练的方法，有2个不同的训练的方法。
So in terms of training methods for the cultivation of compassion, I'd like to introduce 2 different methods or techniques tonight. The first is a meditation practice. So it's a training method that we cultivate through seated meditation. The second method is one that we can put into practice anytime in our everyday lives.
好，首先我们介绍这个打坐的时候怎么样修这个慈悲心因为我们这些训练这些修心还是有一定的时间当中把自己封闭起来训练封闭起来训练，这个效果比较好。那所谓的封闭呢也并不是说我们到寺庙或者是到某一个地方去闭关，当然如果有这个条件很好的，但是呢很多人是没有这样子的条件。那么没有这些条件，那我们怎么封闭的训练呢？比如说我们每一天当中有1个小时到2个小时或者是半个小时40分钟，在这样子的时间当中呢，我们就把门关起来就把电话关掉，就把这个其他的所有的事情都暂时放下来打坐那这个也就是一种封闭式的训练，也叫做闭关，只不过这个时间就是有点短而已，实际上这也是闭关。那我们每一天我们的生活当中有这么一段时间做这个训练的话，那一定会有很好的收获。
So we'll start first with the cultivation of compassion through meditation. In order to cultivate this practice, it's necessary that we do reserve time for this practice away from others, so by ourselves. It's not necessary that we go to a monastery and sequester ourselves in this way. However, if, of course, someone is able to do this, this is great, but not all of us, this is not possible for everyone. So what we can do is every day for a period of 1 or 2 hours, or from half an hour to 40 minutes, close the door to a room, turn off our phones, and sit down and work on this practice. And we can also refer to this as a kind of retreat. Although it's not a long retreat, it's a short retreat. But by being able to reserve time for compassion meditation every day, it is certain that everyone will be able to achieve noticeable results in their practice.
我们培养慈悲心或者是修慈悲心从哪里开始呢？首先第一个就是我们了解和理解对方的感受从这个地方开始。
So where do we start with our cultivation of compassion? The place that we begin is through our understanding of the feelings and emotions of others.
比如说我们很多时候我们的餐桌上的一些这个动物它们死得很惨，非常的悲惨大家都知道甚至是当下看到了，亲眼看见了但是我们没有去了解，没有去更多的去想他的这个感受我们没有更多的去关注他的这个感受所以呢我们亲眼看见了这些活生生的这个生命在我们的眼前挣扎但是我们的心里没有什么反应那是为什么呢？我们没有去关注对方的感受我们没有去了解对方的感受。
So an example would be on our meal table. Often there are creatures served on our meal table that have died in an extremely cruel and horrific manner. And this is something that everyone knows. In fact, they may have seen it with their own eyes. However, beyond seeing it, they haven't given the situation any more thought than this. So, despite the fact that the creature in question has or is undergoing a great deal of suffering, there is no strong response in the mind of the observer. And the reason for this is that no time and attention has been paid to understanding the feelings of the creatures in question.
我们每一个人非常非常的在乎我们自己的感受我们特别的关注我们自己的感受，特别的关心我们自己的感受。但是呢，我们对别人的这个感受呢，我们对自己的感受当中的1%、1/1000都没有所以呢，我们没有去了解这些动物痛不痛苦呀对方这个比如说2个人当中对方会不会有痛苦呀等等，我们不能说完全没有去想，但是呢，很少人去想。
In general, we care very much about our own feelings, but don't care so much about the feelings of others. That is to say that the concern or the care that we have for others' feelings is only 1% or 0.1% of the care that we have for our own. So, we therefore don't concern ourselves much with the suffering of other animals or the suffering of other people.
如果我们就是我们在这个餐桌上我们用30秒钟的时间去关注一下这些餐桌上的这些活生生的这个生命的这个感受，那这样子的话，那我们也就会有一个变化，肯定会有一个变化。那比如说我们平时 我们不去想他有没有痛苦啊。如果我们用了1分钟30秒这样子的时间去想一想啊，我用这样子的方式去吃它，那它会有多大的痛苦，什么样的感受啊？那这样子的话，我们肯定会有一个不一样的反应啊。那么我们从此以后呢，肯定会有一个这个行为上的改变。但是非常遗憾的呢，我们1分钟也没有用啊，30秒钟我们也没有用，我们从来都没有用，我们从来都没有去关注过它痛苦不痛苦，我们关注的就是我自己的这个感受。
So in terms of the meal table, if even we spent just 30 seconds observing the live creatures on our table and reflecting on their feelings, their suffering at this moment, then it's certain that we would experience a change or a transformation in our own perception by considering these creatures on our meal table, thinking, how would they feel, or how do they feel with me eating and consuming them like this? Considering, thinking about this for 30 seconds or even 1 minute would certainly lead to a change or transformation in our own attitudes, and this would also lead to a change in our behavior. However, the regrettable thing is that we don't spend even 30 seconds or 1 minute doing this. We only concern ourselves with with the feelings and with our own feelings and our own interests, and seldom pay any attention to the feelings and experiences of others.
所以我们小到这个餐桌大到这个国家的政客商人还有这个全世界最有势力的人等等，那么这些人当中呢就是真正的去了解或者是理解对方别人或者是所有众生的这个所有生命的这个感受这样子的人就是不是很多。如果这种人多了那我们的这个社会这个世界一定会越来越和平那么每一个人也可以感觉到别人对我的这个关心和关爱。
So from the small extent of the individual meal table to the large scale of the nation or the country, politicians, powerful business people, etc., very few people are paying attention to this question of understanding the feelings of suffering of others. Very few people are devoting their energy to understanding this suffering. If indeed more people were engaged in understanding the suffering of others, then society would be much more peaceful than it is, and everyone would feel the care and concern of others for them around them.
如果我们这样子不去关心对方的这样子的感受随意的去践踏对方的感受，那这样子的话呢，我们平时就是我们自己就在这个社会上遇到了一点点不公平的待遇的时候我们特别的不高兴，特别的难受抱怨仇恨那么其实没有什么仇恨的，我们自己不就也就是这样子对待其他的生命吗？不就是一样的吗？所以这个公平没有什么公平可言，所以我们自己也就是这样子对待其他生命的，但是我们很自私我们从来都没有这样子对比过我们以为就是我们只关心我就是受到了遇到了这个不公平的待遇，但是我怎么样让别人我怎么样对待其他的生命呢？我们从来不考虑。
Usually when we encounter some kind of unfairness in our lives, our response is to complain about this, to feel resentful about this. We are habituated to focusing, in fact, on our own feelings and our own sense of suffering, but we seldom pay much attention to the suffering and the feelings of others. Being selfish and self-centered, we don't compare our own suffering with the suffering of others, thinking that the suffering we experience is like the suffering that we often experience, that we often inflict on others. Our habit is to only focus on ourselves.
这就是我们全世界的这个所有的不公平所有的这个痛苦悲惨的悲剧的源头这就是源头。
And it's this lack of concern for the suffering of others that is the cause and the root of all unfairness and tragedy and injustice in the world.
所以我们修慈悲心的第一步就是要去了解对方的感受多了解对方的这个感受我们要多了解多关注一下其他的生命的感受。
So for this reason, the first step in our cultivation of compassion, our compassion cultivation practice, is to pay more attention to the suffering and experiences of suffering of others.
好，我们昨天有一位师兄也问到了这个我们这些佛教的这些观念怎么样把它变成一个就是我们自己的体会，也就是说这些观念有没有一个方法就把它变成一种方法有那我现在就是要讲这个方法。
Yesterday, one member of the audience asked a question, and that question was how we go about turning or transforming these Buddhist doctrines or ideas or theoretical understandings into experiential understanding. And we do have means and methods for transforming theoretical understanding to experiential understanding. And what I'd like to talk about now is how we go about transforming this theoretical understanding of compassion.
好，第一个我们要去了解对方的感受所以呢我们最好亲眼看到这个众生对方的这个痛苦，比如说我们到医院里面亲自到医院里面去看这个病人然后呢亲自就到屠宰场里面去看这些众生是怎么宰杀的全部的过程然后就到养鸡场养猪场养牛场到这些地方去，这些动物还没有被宰杀的时候呢就是为了满足人类的欲望，把这些生命就被折磨成什么样子这些全部的过程我们要去看，最好是亲自去看。
So in terms of starting off with developing a deeper understanding of the suffering of others, the important thing here is that we see with our own eyes, experience with our own eyes the suffering of others, and that might involve going to a hospital and seeing the sick, seeing people who are suffering from illness, or going to a slaughterhouse and watching with our own eyes the entire process by which animals are killed. We might go to a chicken farm, a pig farm, or a cow farm, and watch the way that animals are tortured before they are killed for the sake of satisfying human desires.
因为我们年轻人就不了解衰老的痛苦儿女就不理解父母的心情不了解父母的这个痛苦，然后就是富人不了解穷人的痛苦然后有势力的就不了解弱势群体的这个痛苦然后健康的人不了解这个 病人的痛苦，所以我们就不懂得关心不懂得。那为什么不了解呢？就是我们刚才讲的，我们就只关注我自己的感受，所以除了自己的感受以外呢，在我们的这种经验当中或者是我们的这种思维的这个方法这个体系当中呢，没有一个是故意的去专门的去关注别人的这个感受没有这样子的训练没有这样子的习惯，在我生活当中就没有这样子的习惯所以呢我们就不了解这个对方的痛苦，因为我们不了解对方的痛苦，我们不知道对方有多大的痛苦，所以我们也就没有希望他们远离痛苦呀，得到用这个活得这个幸福呀，也没有这些就是看到了很悲惨的情况看到了很多这样子的事情，但是我们没有什么反应原因就是这个。
So the young do not understand the suffering of the old, children do not understand the suffering of their parents, the rich do not understand the suffering of the poor, the powerful don't understand the suffering of the marginal, healthy people don't understand the suffering of the sick. In general, we don't understand the experience of others that goes beyond our own personal experience. We tend to only understand things that we have personal experience of. We are not able to imagine or understand circumstances that go beyond this experience or that transcend our habit of thought. So, in fact, we are not in the habit of really considering others and considering the nature of their suffering. For this reason, we don't understand their suffering, we don't understand the extent of the suffering, and as a result of this lack of understanding, we don't frequently wish in our hearts for these beings to be free from suffering and to obtain happiness. So despite the fact that we may see and witness beings in situations of suffering, we frequently don't manifest any particularly strong reaction to this.
如果我们没有机会亲自到这些地方去看这样子的话，我们可以去读历史可以去读战争的故事还有我们可以网上可以看很多的这个视频可以看很多的视频。有一个最好的视频，我觉得我就今年的这个年初的时候呢，也就推荐了，就叫做地球公民那这是一个我觉得是一个到目前为止就是一个最全面的记录了在这个屠宰场、养鸡场、养猪场当中怎么虐待动物的一个最好的最全面的一个纪录片类似的这样子的这个纪录片很多现在很方便，那我们去看这个纪录片也可以达到这个同样的效果也不一定像亲自看这样子，但是呢还是会有一定的效果。
If we don't have the opportunity to go in person and see with our own eyes instances of such suffering, then we can read historical accounts, we can read stories of war, we can watch films and videos on the internet. Recently, at the beginning of this year, I saw what I regard as perhaps the most comprehensive documentary on the abuse of animals in slaughterhouses. This film is called Global Citizen. However, in addition to this film, there are many of a similar kind, and by watching these documentaries, it's possible that we can derive a similar effect in terms of our capacity to, in terms of the response this enables us to make towards the suffering of others. And even though watching these videos or reading about things secondhand might not have the same result or effect as seeing it in person, it is bound to have some effect or some result.
然后我们再关注一下在这个地球上发生的一些事情，比如说战争还有就是干旱自然灾害瘟疫等等就是造成的这些 这个非常悲惨的一些事情，我们可以看到很多很多的图片可以看到很多很多的视频那我们也去关注一下去了解一下，这样子有很大的帮助。
So it's possible for us to see many examples, photos, footage of wars in the world, drought, tragedies, all of these things we can look at.
那平时呢，我们就根本就不知道这个地球上发生了什么事情，根本就不知道这很多地方的很多的人，很多的动物就是遭受非常非常不可思议的痛苦，就是因为我们就是只要没有落到自己的头上，然后我们什么都不管这种如果我们每一个人都变成这样子，那这个真的是非常非常可怕的这个后果，如果全世界70亿人口都变成了这样子，那这个后果大家都清楚的，这非常非常严重的所以呢，我们就对别人的这种感受不要这么漠不关心稍微关注一下，稍微了解一下这个地球上有发生了什么事情有什么样的这个人与动物之间有什么样的不公平的待遇弱势群体和这个强者之间发生了什么这个发生了什么不公平的待遇，然后历史上发生了什么，我们稍微去了解一下，不要等到落到自己的头上之前还没有落到自己头上，在别人的身上的时候，我们先去了解一下。所以这个很重要，这是第一个步骤，先了解，简单的说先去了解其他生命的痛苦，先了解，这是第一个步骤。
In our ordinarily speaking, we are not aware of the great extent of suffering faced by other humans and by other animals. We don't understand that they suffer to the extent that they do. And so we often feel that so long as it isn't us who's experiencing this suffering, then there's no need for us to care particularly about the situation of others. If the whole world would like this, thinking like this, with this attitude, then this would be extremely serious. It would have extremely serious repercussions for the entire world. So indeed, we should make it our responsibility to have concern, to show concern for the situation of others. For example, the unfair treatment of animals by humans, the injustices faced by the weak at the hands of the powerful. We can also familiarize ourselves with instances of suffering and injustice in human history. We shouldn't wait until it's ourselves who is the victim of a particular instance of suffering or injustice until we decide that we want to, until we decide to think about these things. So we should start to develop our understanding of the sufferings of others. And this is the first step of our cultivation of compassion practice.
好，这是第一个步骤第二个步骤呢，然后我们去思考那思考什么呢有一种思考的方式，我们就要去想如果这个人或者是这个动物是我的父亲如果他是我的母亲那会是什么样子？要这样子去思维还有更有利的是如果是我的话那我现在怎么办比如说我是这个屠宰场里面的一头牛一头猪如果我看到这个活生生被宰杀的这些动物当中，我是其中一员的话，那我现在怎么办我反抗没有能力我逃跑没地方去逃跑就是活生生的就是只有面对这样子非常悲惨的事情那如果我是他们的话， 我会是什么样子啊？要这样子，这叫做换位的思考，要这样子换位思考，这是一个方法啊。平时我们就像看电影一样，我们就看他们在受苦，这样子的话也许还是没有什么感受啊。我们看到了听到了全部知道了，但是还是没有什么感受哦，他们在痛苦啊，最多也就有一点点同情心哦，觉得很可怜啊。除了这个以外呢，我们没有什么触动啊，这些事情触动不了我们的心啊，因为我们的心就是在这个社会当中啊，这个物欲横流，这个自私的这个社会当中，把我们的心就是培养成一个像钢铁一样的东西啊，所以呢，这些东西都没有办法啊，都没有办法影响到我们的心，所以也许就还是没有什么效果啊。那么这个时候呢，最好的方法呢，就是要换位思考啊。如果我是他啊，我会什么样子啊？如果是我的父亲啊，他如果是我的父亲啊，如果是我的母亲啊，尤其是我的儿子、我的女儿或者是我的宠物狗、我的宠物猫啊，那会是什么样子啊？这样子的话，然后呢，马上就不一样了，变得完全是不一样，一定会有很大的效果。
So the second step involves us reflecting on how it would be if the being currently experiencing suffering were our own father or were our own mother, or what if the being in question were not my mother or my father, but myself? How would I feel in this situation if I were a cow or a pig in the slaughterhouse facing this these dreadful torturous conditions with no capacity to protest, no possibility of escape, simply with no choice to face the terrible means by which I would be killed? That is, this second step of our practice involves us changing a perspective, that is, adopting a different perspective and contemplating what it would be like if, in fact, it was this way. So normally when we watch movies, for example, we see things taking place, we see people suffering, but we don't feel any particularly strong response. Perhaps sometimes we feel a little bit of sympathy, we think poor them, but beyond this, the response in our minds is not a strong one. And the reason for this is that our minds, as a products of the self-centered society in which we live, are like hard and impervious metal, and nothing really has much effect on them. So it's for this reason that in the second step of this practice, we adopt a different perspective to consider what it would be like if it were not some other being in question suffering, but rather ourselves or our father, our mothers, our children, our pets, our cats, etc. And by adopting a different perspective, it is possible that we can gain very strong results in our practice.
好，这个时候我们把这些生命就是换成了自己的父母儿女或者是宠物狗，那这样子的时候呢，我们的这个触动很大然后当我们触动很大的时候呢，然后我们再进入第三个步骤第三个思维的步骤。那第三个思维的步骤是什么呢？我们要去想一想虽然这个他们不是我的父母，我的儿女，更不是我也不是我的宠物狗、宠物猫，都不是但是呢他们都是有一个共同点所有的生命都有一个共同点，比如说我父母、我儿女、我的宠物，和今天我看到的这个屠宰场里面被宰杀的这些动物都有一个共同点这个共同点是什么呢？所有的生命他们都拒绝所有大大小小的痛苦，没有在这个世界上没有一个生命愿意 接受这个痛苦的大的痛苦、小的痛苦，小到很小很小。比如说我们夏天比较热的时候夏天比较热的时候呢，比如说就是遇到了一点点比如说我们夏天稍微热的时候，房间比较热的时候呢，我们开一点点这个暖气我们马上就受不了就是类似的就是一些很小的这些很小的事情，我们都会很小的痛苦有些呢实际上也不是痛苦，只是我们自己不喜欢这样子的。所有我们不喜欢的东西，我们所有的人都会拒绝的那我们的父母、我们的儿女，包括我自己，还有我们的宠物，跟这个屠宰场里面的所有的众生都是一样，他们都拒绝所有的这个痛苦那从这一点讲都是一样这跟我的父母、儿女、宠物跟这个屠宰场里面的生命没有任何的区别。
So after we have generated a strong empathetic response through exchanging or through adopting a different perspective to consider the suffering of other beings, we can then move on to the third stage of the practice. And this third stage entails us recognizing that the being in question is not our mother and father or our pet and is not ourselves. However, this being in question, for example, this animal in the slaughterhouse, has something in common, or has something that is exactly the same as ourselves, as well as our family members and our pets, etc. And this thing that we all have in common is a rejection of all forms of suffering. So all creatures are not willing to suffer, to take on suffering. No creatures like suffering. Even the smallest forms of suffering, such as in the midst of summer on a hot day, if someone turns on the heating in a room, we find this very difficult to bear. Of course, this is not a great suffering, it's just a small form of suffering, but this is an example that from even the smallest forms of suffering to the greatest forms of suffering, we reject them all alike. None of us wants to take them on. And this is something that we, all creatures, all beings, have experience in exactly the same way, whether it be ourselves or members of our family or the animals currently facing slaughter in the slaughterhouses.
好，然后第二个这个共同点所有的众生的这个共同点是什么呢？就是希望拥有所有的幸福和快乐这一点就是不管是我父母、儿女、我自己，还有就是我的宠物，还有就是陌生人或者是陌生的这个动物，或者是屠宰场、养鸡场里面的这些生命那从这个角度来讲，大家都是一样的，所有的众生都希望自己拥有幸福，自己拥有快乐比如说夏天天热的时候，就是有一点点的凉风像这样子的这个快乐都希望拥有这一点来讲，所有的生命都是一样这个屠宰场里面的众生，或者是我们根本从来都不关心的这些生命，他们也是这样子从这一点来讲我们所有生命都是一样的。
The second respect in which we are the same as all other living beings is in terms of the desire to enjoy every kind of happiness. So whether it be ourselves or our family members or our friends, our pets, or strangers, strange people or strange animals or animals in the slaughterhouse, all of us exactly the same have desire or wish to enjoy happiness. And this can even be a happiness as small as a cool breeze to relieve our heat or our sense of being hot on a summer day. So this desire to enjoy happiness is the second respect in which we and all beings are exactly the same.
好，然后这样子以后呢，我们发现大家都是不希望自己有痛苦然后就希望拥有幸福这样子的时候呢，我们非常非常清楚的了解了这个问题的时候呢，然后我们要问自己那既然都是这样子，那为什么我只关心我自己？只关心我的父母只关心我的儿女，我的宠物，为什么我就不关心其他的这么多的生命就在这么无数的生命当中呢，我为什么只关心这么几个人这么几个生命其他的我都不关心，而且其他的众生，我有些时候就是为了我自己的幸福和快乐，我可以随意的去践踏破坏别人的这个幸福和快乐那这个合不合理有道理吗有道理，那这个理由是什么这样子问自己反复的去思考。
So, if this is the case, that we and all beings are similar, are the same, are equal in these two respects, that is, the equal in our lack of desire to suffer and equal in our desire to enjoy happiness, why is it that I myself only care about myself or only care about a few limited people? Why is it that the rest of people or the rest of beings I don't care about? And why is it that in some cases, in order to fulfill my own happiness, I am willing to tread on and the happiness of other beings? What is the reason for this? The reason is something that we need to contemplate deeply many times over and over.
好，这样子以后呢，通过这个思考我们深深的体会到我的这种想法是错误的是没有什么理由的，没有根据的这样子以后我们发现我的这种想法我只希望这么几个人幸福快乐然后只希望这么几条生命就远离痛苦，其他的都不关心那这个就是错的，这是错误。那知道是错误的时候呢，然后我们慢慢的去放下慢慢的去调整慢慢的调整这种非常自私的这种想法然后另一个方面呢，我们刚才讲过了那所有的生命都希望拥有幸福远离痛苦。那既然大家都这样子的话，那我们希望除了我们的父母儿女跟我有关系的人以外，还有跟我没有关系的这些生命，他们也是这么想的他们也是希望自己有幸福，他们也是希望自己离开所有的痛苦。那既然大家都这么想的话，那我不应该不关心，我不应该就是为了自己的这个幸福迫害别人的幸福等等，都是不应该。我要关心所有人那这样子以后呢，我们的这个关心慢慢的扩展慢慢的延伸到其他人陌生人，首先是我自己的亲人，然后是陌生的人，最后就是我们的这个平时我们不太喜欢的比较讨厌的人的身上然后呢再延伸到更多的人的身上，最后就是延伸到全世界所有人的身上，然后全天下所有生命的身上那这样子一步一步去思考一步一步思考，那我们一定会变成一个非常有慈悲心的人这就是我们大作的时候的一个训练的方法。
So by reflecting in this way, time and time again, repeatedly, we will reach the conclusion that the way we have been habituated to thinking is in fact incorrect, without foundation, without reason, that in fact, our tendency to only be concerned about the happiness of a few people and to only wish that a limited number of people be free from suffering, that our tendency to think like this is mistaken, it's erroneous. And on this basis, we will be prepared to adjust these attitudes or adjust these ways of thinking and let go of our self-centered attitude. So in so doing, transform our attitude to being one where we wish that all beings achieve happiness or obtain happiness, and one where all beings be free from suffering. So in addition to our own parents and our own loved ones, that others with whom we have no connection whatsoever, that they too may be free from happiness and free from suffering. So through reflecting in this way, we come to the conclusion, we come to the understanding that it is not justifiable that we should be concerned for our own happiness, that it's necessary that we care for others too, and that by reaching this understanding, our scope of concern for others can be enlarged, it can be expanded, beginning with our concern and care for ourselves, then moving to our relatives, then moving to encompass strangers, and then enemies and people we don't like, and then slowly, step by step, until our sphere of concern for other beings includes the entire world and all beings in the whole world. So by gradually, step by step, reflecting on beings of different relations to us, we are able to cultivate our compassion. And this method, or this contemplation contemplation practice, is a method of cultivating compassion through meditation.
好，这个慈悲心的修法呢，我们今天就讲到这里，还有其他的我们明天可以继续讲。
So that concludes our teaching on compassion meditation practice for this evening.
好，我们最后做一个回向我们回向呢，我们昨天也讲过了，我们今天这个讲经说法、听经闻法有很大的功德，这个功德我们分享给天下所有的众生愿天下所有的众生以我们的这个功德能让大家幸福快乐健康，很快就能够超越生死轮回，解脱成佛以这样子的心愿大家做回向。
So we are going to end by dedicating our merit now that we have generated by listening to this evening's teaching. And in doing so, we make a strong prayer that all living beings, that we may share our merit with all living beings, and that by the strength of this merit, they may attain happiness and health, and ultimately liberation from cyclic existence and the state of Buddhahood.
说能的一他这是把年他那你别着那把学结个那结网龙成败这边做连着着儿修我们红板整个是斑马色的红我们红板整个是斑马色的红我们红板整个是斑马色的红。谢谢大家，阿弥陀佛，大家晚安，扎西德勒。